Hi, this is Luke from Spitfire Audio's customer experience team. In this video, we're going to take a look through the user interface for Spitfire Studio Woodwinds. After loading a patch, you'll be presented with this simple view. By dragging the Easy Mix fader, we can blend between a close mix and a distant mix. In Studio Woodwinds Professional, this will balance between the different available microphone positions, whereas in Studio Woodwinds Core, this will instead control the amount of built-in reverb. To the right of the Easy Mix are some faders. The first available is Dynamics. This is mapped to CC1 or your mod wheel and will crossfade between the different sampled dynamic layers. The next fader is Vibrato. This will act as a switch between full vibrato and no vibrato. This is mapped to CC21. The following fader is Reverb. By decreasing this, you'll have the dry signal available, and by increasing it, you'll have a wet signal. The final fader on this page is Expression. This is a volume control that acts within the library itself and works great in combination with Dynamics. Expression can also be controlled with CC11. Towards the bottom of the interface, you'll see the articulation stanza. Here, you can switch between the different available articulations in this patch. The name of the selected articulation will appear on the left-hand side. For more control over these parameters, we can use the Expert view. To enter the Expert view, select the wrench on the left-hand side of the interface. Once in the Expert view, you'll notice that we have far more control over the microphone positions available. To load in a new microphone, simply click and drag the fader. To unload these from memory, we can either drag the fader to the bottom or use the small toggle buttons beneath. By clicking the microphone letters, we can route these to different outputs. Above the microphone mixer, there are 4 more advanced controls. The first controller will allow you to change the velocity curves of the library. The second controller is stereo width and pan. With this, you'll be able to pan each individual microphone, as well as reduce and increase the stereo image. To the right of this is Mix by Articulation. With this selected, we can cycle between the different available microphones and adjust the mix accordingly. You'll notice that this is specific to that articulation. Finally, the floppy disk icon will allow you to copy, paste, reset, load and save different microphone mixes. Beneath Options, we first have a choice of presets. These are designed as quick and easy memory saving selections and will load specific microphones and articulations based on the preset. Next is the Purge Unused button. Unchecked, this will load every microphone position and articulation into memory, whereas when selected, only the user specified will be active. The Transpose button will change the range of the keyboard. Beneath this is an option for CC mapped velocity. With this selected, all short articulations will be mapped to the mod wheel rather than velocity. The Hall Trigger option will toggle whether or not room ambience is added when fading out the dynamics quickly. Moving on to the round robin section of the interface, you'll notice that there's currently no information. This is because the articulation that is selected will change these settings. Let's go to a short articulation. Now that we've changed the articulation, the first drop-down menu will give us some unique options, such as doubling up round robins or borrowing from neighbouring samples. You can find more information about this in our user manual. Below this, we're able to select the amount of round robins that are used. By default, this is always set to the max available. As well as this, we can reset the round robins by using a key switch. What this means is that the round robins will trigger from the first available when reset. We also have the option to reset on transport, which means that your round robins will be reset every time you press play in your DAW. As these options change depending on the articulation selected, let's move over to a legato articulation. From here you'll notice we have the option for polyphonic legato. This will allow you to play multiple legato lines at once, based on each line using a different set velocity. Next, we have the controller part of the interface. You'll notice that there's some more controllers available here than in the simple view. Release will only apply to the long articulations and will shorten and increase the release triggers at the end of the note. Tightness will only apply to the short articulations, and when decreased, it will cut into the note. This will tighten the performance, but does detract from the realism. Increasing the fader will do the opposite and loosen the performance. Moving on to the left side of the interface, we have some more general controls. The first available is the keyboard shimmier. By clicking and dragging this, we can move the available key switches up and down the keyboard. To the right of this is the MIDI CC control. By right-clicking this, we can change the default CC value for articulation switching. By default, this is set to CC32. The padlock drop-down will single out different articulation switching options. For example, lock to UACC means that only UACC triggered values will switch articulations. We have some more information on this available in our user manual as well as on our knowledge base. The last available option on the interface is the ostinatum. You'll notice that this is currently greyed out. This is because we're on a long articulation. For this to be active, we'll first need to select a short. The ostinatum is a great way to trigger unique rhythms. You can experiment by adding different note values here. We do have a dedicated video available for the ostinatum, and I highly recommend checking that out to get the best out of it. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at spitfireaudio.com/support. Thank you.